the arcs with arcs or circles with arcs, and we will be including and excluding these two circles that we have in front of us with a diameter each of 40, so a radius of 20. And I've written down R1 and R2 because they're obviously two different circles. However, they do have the same radii to work with. Okay, so to start off with, if I'm going to be including these two, I'm going to be having an arc that goes right over the top, joining them tangentially, nice and smoothly across the top over here. And I need to be able to find a point in which I'm going to be placing my compass point to be able to achieve that. Okay, so to start off with, usually I'll go R1 minus R2, and in this case, because they have the same diameter or radii, when I say 20 minus 20, it's 0. So my question will be, how will I have to go ahead and go and join these two with an arc? Well, we've got to remember that the arc that I'm going to join also needs a radius. Okay, so in this case, I'm not going to be using my R1 and R2 as these two circles over here as R1 and R2. I'm going to be using a small r and a big R. So the big R being the arc needed to join the two, and then I've got a small r, which is obviously going to be my radius of 20. In this case, I'm going to want to make use of the big radius of 60 that's going to be joining the two of these circles. So I'm going to be placing 60 over here, and the calculation that should come to mind straight away is 60 minus 20, because remember, I'm going to be joining them over the top, which means I'm including both of these into my arc. Okay, alright, so because I've got 60 minus 20, it'll give me 40. I'm going to open up my compass to 40. So I go ahead, I reduce my compass to 40, like so. And the two reference points that I need to make use of are the two most common points between the two, the center of that circle and the center of that circle. I'll go ahead, I'll make my arc, I'll go to the next one, nice and accurately, and my two arcs will then meet. There where they meet, I'm just going to indicate it with a little plus sign over here. There it is. Let's try and be as accurate as possible. And it says that I've got to obviously go and make a radius of 60 to join this circle to that circle. So I'm going to go ahead and just increase this by another 20, like so, and I'm going to include it over here. So now I've got the point at which my compass point needs to be. I'm going to see whether it touches over here first before I join, and over here. So they do both touch. I then go ahead and seamlessly put them across, and now you can see that I've gone and joined this circle with that circle with an arc. Right, so I have a little pause over there because now I'm going to be joining this circle with that circle with another arc. However, I'm going to do it down the bottom over here. And what I've got to keep in mind is that I've got another radius to deal with before I can actually get to the point that's going to give me this arc between the two. So I'm going to obviously add a radius here. So in this case here, where I said 60 minus 20, I'm now going to be using 60 plus 20, okay, because that's the radius 20, and obviously the arc that I'm going to be drawing will have a radius of 60. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add those two, and it's going to give me a radius of 80 to use. In fact, not a radius of 80, but I'm going to be opening up my compass to 80. So I've already got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, another 20. Because the instruction says to me that I've got to join these two circles with a radius of an arc with a radius of 60. So there I've opened up to 80. I scribe my arc from both reference points. Let me just be as accurate as I possibly can be. And they meet up over here. I'm just going to indicate that with a plus sign. And because I have 80 away from the center, it has to be 60 away from my circles, because the further a distance is the further a 20. So 20 plus the further a 60 gave me my 80 to be able to get to this point over here, explaining my calculation that I've made over here. Now I'll open up my compass back to 60. So there's my ruler again. I'm going to make use of, reduce my compass, place it on my intersection point, and then I'll make sure that it touches seamlessly on this side over here, and it touches seamlessly on this side over here, and I go ahead and I join them. Right, now I'm excluding my circles. Alright, so this should tangentially be able to do so. Mine doesn't end up too accurately. You don't want to have too much of a bump over here. You want it to seamlessly blend in with the circle or the arc of the circle, making it work. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Please make sure that you re-watch this so you can see exactly why we said 60 minus 20 for the one going over above when we're including these two, and then when we're excluding these two from the arc, we're obviously going to say 60 plus 20. All right, take a bit of practice, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this video.